Hello! Thank you for joining today's virtual education program with Cancer Support Community Los Angeles. I am Larissa Montalvo, and I welcome you to this week's webinar titled Feel More Like You, Connecting with Your Walgreens Beauty Expert. Today, we'll be joined by Walgreens Pharmacist Shaina Ghermezi and Beauty Area Expert Sonia Gomez to talk about Feel More Like You, a free service provided at more than 3,000 Walgreens stores nationwide featuring pharmacists and beauty consultants specially trained to help people better manage internal and visible side effects from cancer treatment. Before we begin, if this is your first time joining us today, Cancer Support Community Los Angeles is a premier nonprofit organization providing vital social and emotional support to families facing cancer, including patients, caregivers, and their loved ones, all at no cost. Our programs include support groups, healthy lifestyle classes, social activities, and educational programs such as this one. If you'd like to learn more about our services or watch past webinars, please visit our website at www.cancersupportla.org. Without further ado, I would like to welcome today's speakers. Today we are joined by beauty expert advisor Sonia Gomez. Sonia started with Walgreens in 2012. She's a licensed esthetician with 17 years of experience in the beauty industry. She is passionate in supporting and connecting with people in the communities she serves. Sonia is currently the Walgreens Beauty Expert Advisor covering Fresno and Los Angeles County. Welcome, Sonia.
There we go. Hi, everybody. Well, thank you for having me here today.
You're welcome. And joining Sonia today is Shaina Ghermezi. Shaina started with Walgreens in 2013 after doing a rotation during her first year of pharmacy school at Roseman University of Health Sciences in Nevada. Upon graduating in 2015, Shaina became the staff pharmacist at store 3911 in Nevada, where she originally started as an intern. In 2016, she transferred back to California and helped open Community Walgreens Pharmacy Store 16482 across LAC-USC. Shaina is the lead oncology pharmacist at her store and is very passionate about educating, supporting, and assisting oncology patients. Welcome, Shaina.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for having me today.
Thank you for being here with us today. The floor is all yours.
Great. Definitely wanted to share with you, here is a commercial we created introducing Feel More Like You. It was made to hit our nationwide audience. We called this ad campaign Battle Beautifully, and gave it a confident, empowered feel to it because we wanted it to convey the fact the right support and guidance could provide like a real physical and psychological boost to people going through treatment. So let me go ahead and play that right now.
Big bold woman gonna come and applaud. Got my back, woman, I do applaud. F-E-M-A, L-E, F-E-M-A, L-E, F-E-M-A, L-E, F-E-M-A, L-E. She a queen, and you know she never lean. They be waiting for a stumble, but she never trip again.
Walgreens, battle beautifully.
I think that's such a great commercial. Let me go ahead and go to the next screen here. So today is more to talk about Feel More Like You and the free services that we provide. It's a unique service that helps you feel and look more like yourself during and after cancer treatment. So I'm sorry, my icon's covering some of it, so let me move myself a little bit. So Feel More Like You, basically what we did as a company is we based all of our planning and research, and in collaboration with the cancer support community and Look Good, Feel Better, we developed the Feel More Like You service as a team. An approach was specially trained pharmacists and beauty consultants, leading the way to support people experiencing both internal and visible treatment side effects. To make it as convenient and accessible as possible, we made the service free of charge and no appointment necessary. So it's really great to be able to provide that service for people going through treatment. So just to give you some insight to what we've done. So since we launched it, I believe in 2018 we launched Feel More Like You. It has grown in compass. So we have 12,000 trained pharmacists on FMLY, and that's Feel More Like You. And we have 3,000 trained beauty consultants that are trained specifically to provide a free service. With that being in mind, no matter where you go, no matter whatever store, we'll be able to provide you insight to what location you can go to that has a beauty consultant if you would like to talk to someone regarding anything about beauty. So as of March 2020, our specially trained team members have given more than 20,000 Feel More Like You consultations. So that's really exciting to know that we've been able to do so. Just wanted to keep a reminder that even though we have 12,000 trained pharmacists, we only have 3,000 trained beauty consultants. So we have certain locations that provide that extra service. And anyone can know where it's located. So you can go to any pharmacist, they'll know, any store, they'll direct you to the nearest one. But also you can visit the walgreens.com, Feel More Like You, and they'll be able to provide you the nearest one to your location. So you'll be able to find anything nearby you. Let's go ahead and go to the next one real quick. So our beauty consultants are specially trained, right? They are able to provide you makeup tips and tricks, anything, guidance on certain products to help you with hair loss, dry hair, dry skin, skin discoloration, sun protection changes due to nails and cuticles. They're fully trained. They receive extensive specialized training from us and on a variety of visible changes. So that way they'll be able to provide you that service you need. Right in here, we also have our pharmacists, and those select locations also went through specialized training to give them added knowledge about a range of internal side effects and how to guide people in managing them. These pharmacists could recommend appropriate over-the-counter products and work with the person's doctor or wider healthcare team, and even necessary on certain side effects. As a team, these beauty consultants and pharmacists together could give the people the help that they needed or to feel better overall. So it's really, really lovely to know that we have this combination of the two together to work really tightly. So let's talk a little bit about skincare. We'll go through different things that we've walked through with our beauty consultants and our pharmacists. So we talk about cleansers, and we know that they're designed to relax the pores and release dirt and makeup and dissolve. But we also know that with this, it's the first step of making sure that we keep our skin nice and clean and supple. So additionally, we teach our beauty consultants to give tips like not using any hot water because it can cause itching or certain types of cancer, or using certain cleansers that are soap free so it doesn't dry the skin or irritate it if you already have sensitive skin. We tell the BCs to give tips about avoiding exfoliation products at this time to not further irritate the skin. And if the customer would like the toner, and we want to recommend non-alcoholic toner so it doesn't dry out the skin even more. We do tell people that using lukewarm water when cleansing the skin is better, again, because hot water tends to dry out the skin or irritate it further. Let's talk about moisturizer and oils. So with moisturizer and oils, we do recommend that these are applied with SPF protectant. We suggest SPF 30 or higher, which will be really great to be utilized. With that being said, it's moisturizer is your friend. I always say moisturizer is your friend because you definitely want to be able to use it. It's, I believe, like a secret weapon to combat dryness and irritation before it happens. And of course, when it happens, you want to be able to use it. We usually ask that you wait 3 to 5 minutes between products to allow enough time for the dry skin to absorb it nicely. Because if you pile it on, it tends to bead off. You want to pat products into the skin. You don't want to rub them into the skin. Going forward about this, but most always some moisturizers have it included with the SPF, so you can have it all together in one. So And some of the BCs will ask you, did you know you can use these oils and moisturizer on your face, but also dry patches on your elbows, knees, and body. So not only can you use your moisturizer on your face, but you can use it on your knees and body. Dryness. So with dryness, we do talk to our beauty consultants about knowing about the topical and internal hydration important to keep skin moisturized. So we do talk about being able to uh, internally, take about 8 to 12 glasses of water a day. Topical hydration, creams and ointments are a better choice than lotions because they're a little bit thicker consistency and really helps retain the moisture better. Definitely making sure that they're aware of using alcohol-free products. Alcohol-containing products may cause dryness, but definitely having them fully aware of these type of information. With itchiness, itchy skin, we do talk to them about, they're fully trained on, is the itchy skin. So using moisturizers, including glycerin hyaluronic acid, which is really great at retaining moisture and water, cocoa butter, or any emollient cream with oatmeal for any of the itching. Using mild unscented detergent to wash clothes, so it won't further irritate the skin. Avoiding cornstarch-based powders, which may clump and moist and cause further irritation. There's also avoiding any kind of scrubs or loofahs, as they really do naturally strip away your oils on the skin and may contain bacteria. So as much as we think that we put them in the shower to dry, they're holding on to little friends, so we don't want it further cause any infection or um, irritation. So just letting you know that some of the scrubs and loofahs do something like that. And if any questions arise with our beauty consultants regarding any kind of rash that comes to, we do triage them into the pharmacist. And that's what's really great about the at Feel More Like You, is that we're able to have that connection right away. You don't have to go waiting to talk to somebody. We have our pharmacist right in the store to go ahead and make recommendations regarding certain things. Um, we also have eyes. We talk about skincare and eyes, which is really important. I really think that people don't realize how delicate the area is. I kind of talk about it's if you get a toilet paper and you pull it apart, that one toilet paper slide, if you touch it, it can rip very easily. That's how delicate our eye area is. So we always tell when you're using any kind of moisturizer or any of that sort, you want to pat it very lightly around the orbital area. So anytime use your ring finger, which is very easy to use, and then applying that with either your concealer or moisturizer, but always using your ring finger very gently. We have also lip treatments. So it's designed to, we have a whole bunch of things that are utilized inside Walgreens that we can use, but they're designed to hydrate and soothe dry, chapped lips, cracked lips, anything of that sort regarding your lips. We have plenty to go ahead and offer, and the beauty consultants can walk you through all that if you need anything regarding lip treatments. Hand and body. So this is really important. I always believe because it falls in line with the drying irritation or itchiness. It's really hand and body is something that we talk about a lot in with the beauty consultants because for hands and body, you can always use a moisturizer, right? We talked about you can use it on your knees and your elbows and things like that. But it's really every time that you wash or you dry your hands or, with everything with the sanitation going on with, currently with the COVID, our hands tend to really dry and they tend to crack. But using moisturizer on your body every day, even if you take out, a shower, it's really good when your skin's a little bit moist just to lock in the moisture, but it's really good to avoid long hot showers because it really, again, can dry out your skin. Looking for any kind of hand or body washes that are soap free. Body cleanser, consider something more gentle or fragrance free. Even fragrance free laundry products definitely will be good for the hand and the body. Um, as for sun care, we do have a variety of things at Walgreens, but it's really there. We want to talk with our beauty consultants and we talk about how to protect and care for your skin, right? So we always suggest SPF 30 or higher to wear. Loose fitting clothes is great, hats, anything on cloudy days, avoid tanning booths, but it's definitely an opportunity for us to use either a chemical or a mineral sunscreen. So the difference between a chemical sunscreen is that it usually goes on first and it absorbs the sun rays. And what chemicals do is a chemical sunscreen actually goes into the skin, it absorbs the sun rays. But what's really, you have to wait about 15 to 30 minutes on that, but it's not something visually you'll see. So once it's onto the skin, it absorbs, you wait 15 to 30 minutes. You don't see the white film behind. Usually mineral sunscreens, once you layer it over your skin, and that type of sunscreen you actually have to layer over your makeup, they deflect the sun rays. So with mineral sunscreens, you usually see like a little white film, or sometimes it takes time for them to kind of dissipate. But once you put on the mineral sunscreen, you could step right out the door. A lot of people don't realize that using the chemical and mineral, there's two different ones. And it actually says it on the bottle itself on what the two differences are. It'll tell you if it's a mineral sunscreen, and the other one will not say chemical, but you'll know the difference at that point. Now let's talk about eyes. So we're going to be talking about brows, and I'm going to do a quick demo for you guys. I want to be able to show you what we teach our beauty consultants. So I'm hoping you can see me because I'm going to take off one of my eyebrows and you're going to see I can totally look like a different person. So let's go ahead and I'm going to take off my eyebrow. Okay. So this is kind of like the things that we teach our beauty consultants, being able to give any kind of consultations when we're able to. When a lot of this goes over with COVID, you'll be able to, we'll do demonstrations and we'll be able to show everything. So as you can see, it's completely gone and my foundation is gone. But with this, we teach our beauty consultants to kind of determine where the eyebrow should start. So usually at the end of your nose to the top, you'll go ahead and determine that's where your eyebrow should start. Mine's a little bit further in, but that's my preference. But you'll go ahead and start at the end right here. And this is where you will start actually filling it in. And then you'll determine, you can actually put a dot there if you like, but then you can go to the corner of your nose, to the outer, and that should be where you do your other dot to go ahead and determine where your arch should be, and then right at the end, where your eyebrow should end. You can put another dot. At that point, you can go ahead and start just following along the line of your eyebrow. And then the same thing on top. You want to be able to see where your nose is top, and you put a dot up there. And the same over here, see where it is and it ends, which is the dot right there. And then at the end, place a dot right there. Of course, if it's too much, you can go always and just wipe it off with foundation or clean it up. But you're on the right path of creating the eyebrow. Now I like to fill it in, but I don't like it to be too harsh, so I usually use a spoolie to go ahead and brush it out. And my eyebrow is back. But it's really great to know these certain techniques, and this is what we teach our beauty consultants and inside Walgreens, to be able to discuss of how to be able to teach someone how to go ahead and do the eyebrows and how they are on the face and how it creates only for your specific face. So let's go ahead and talk about how with lashes. So with mascara, restores the look of thinning lashes. So we basically, with lashes here, I wanted to talk about how to remove all the mascara completely. So every night, we really suggest that you remove your mascara every night. And it's use a gentle eye makeup remover. It's really to avoid introducing bacteria to the mascara too. Because once you use the mascara and you don't wash it and use it again, it puts bacteria right into it. And we always tell people, do not pump your mascara because the air itself can get in there and cause any kind of bacteria to build within the mascara. We definitely know that replacing the mascara every 2 to 3 months will actually continue to be really good to maintaining the mascara fresh. And then making sure that with false lashes, and false eyelashes and lashes nourishing during products are not recommended during treatment as they can cause eye irritation. It's something you can talk to your doctors about. I know some people like to wear false lashes, but it's something that we recommend that you talk to the doctor at that point. As for the lashes, again, definitely using a gentle makeup remover, avoiding anything to get inside the container itself. So no pumping of the mascara. It's a bad habit I grew up with, to be quite honest. I had to learn to stop doing that. I don't know why we need to pump it, but definitely knowing that the air can get in there and cause some bacteria. Eyeshadows. So complementary shadows are usually there to help brighten the eyes with what we go through. The lightest shade, which is highlighter, is usually applied in the brow arch area. So anything that's light in color, shimmers, or reflects the light will increase that arch and make your eyes seem and appear a lot more brighter. The lid color is usually a primary color, so it's usually something that we sweep completely across the lid. It's something that someone visually sees correctly once they first see you. And the deeper contouring shade is usually on the emphasis natural shape. So anything of a natural shape in here and you want it to be deeper in shade, or you want to contour your eyes, that's where you would use the deeper shades. And then you would blend them completely together and you would get the look that you're going for. As for eyeliner, the eyeliner itself is to find the lash line. It's to recreate the look of full lash and eyeliner. We have something called tight lining, which you can use the eyeliner kind of right above the lash line, and it makes the lashes look a lot fuller, giving them that appearance. We usually use a pencil, a liquid eyeliner, apply a thin line on the upper or lower lids. I tend to like the upper lids for me personally, just to fill it in and make just the lashes appear to be fuller. Liquid eyeliner be a little more difficult to apply for some people. It's definitely a trade to be reckoned with because it's so hard to do liquid eyeliners and to get the two to look the same. But liquid eyeliner is definitely something that can be used as well. And let's talk about makeup. Let's talk about the foundations and concealers and going forward. So here we go. There we go. So what are some, so basically when you try your foundation, right, a certain skin texture is changing or has discoloration, primers helps make the surface of the skin seem more smooth or even tone. So anything of foundations that might, after applying primer or using a concealer, then tinted moisturizer. So basically, primer is great for really making the canvas nice and smooth. And there's different type of primers out there for that. As for foundation, it's definitely there to go ahead and help any kind of discoloration. And concealers are really great at covering any imperfections. And then we have the tinted moisturizer. People who don't like to have anything a little bit thicker, they can use something lighter and overall. So tinted moisturizers tend to be something that will give you the hydration you need, but at the same time, it's going to give you a little bit of coverage, not too much. And then foundations come in three different forms. It can be either light coverage, medium coverage, or full coverage. Now, the full coverage tends to be a little bit heavier, but definitely anywhere from with a medium coverage to a higher can definitely help disguise any color changes. We do suggest anything with SPF will be great for protection if you're going to use during the day. Definitely a foundation for night can be something without. Now concealer. Now concealer is my best friend, I'll tell you that right now. It's definitely there for hiding dark circles, blemishes, discolorations. Concealer, it's a tri-color correcting concealer extreme. So we tell our beauty consultants being able to talk about the different types of concealers. So we have the red or darkened skin can be masked by using creamy or moisturizing color correcting concealer. So anything that may be can be used like redness can be covered with green concealer. So reddened skin is a green corrector. Brown tones from age spots or sunspots can be a yellow corrector. So when you see these in Walgreens or anywhere that you go, either green is to cover red and yellow is to cover more of the brownish, and then darkened skin. Anything darker could be like a lilac. So if you see anything of like a lavender color, will really help cover that and even out the skin tone. So when you do put on your foundation, everything looks like a clear, clean canvas. So now for lips, we did talk about the hydration of lips, so there's different things we can use for that. But as for lip brightness and creates balance between the eyes and the lower face, we talk about choosing something creamy and hydrating, something of the same color family as the blush. You can definitely be able to use anything that has hydration. Some of the lipsticks do have hyaluronic acid, which is good at retaining water and moisture in the lips. And then we tell the beauty consultants that lip liners are great. So anything with lip liner will help maintain the color in to your natural lip color. To really define the lips and fill in lips with lip liner to apply the lipstick to the top liner. Now the cheeks, the cheek color is designated for add a pop of color, right? Just to give some um, alignment with the eyes. So to tie in the eye and the lip together, you would add a little bit of color to the cheek. So anything of formulations that are suggested are either cream, powder, crayon, or stick. This really color choice depends on the customer's choice and skin of tone. Like I'll be honest, as you can see on screen, I have a pink orange color. I tend to go to those colors for some reason, but it's always been suggested of other colors for me, but this is the one that I like. So it's whatever the customer's choice is what we will be working with. You can either apply it with a brush, finger, or sponge. All will work depending on what you would get. So with the cream, you definitely want to use a sponge or a brush, or definitely finger sometimes too. Powder, it would be definitely a brush. Crayon, it can either be all three of applications and the stick as well. Now, the makeup tools and accessories. So, really, we talk about considering using brushes and disposable applicators because um, keeping wet products such as foundation on the tip of the brush. This way you don't have to use too much product and it will not seep down into the handle and loosen the glue. So a lot of people don't realize that if you have your brush upright and you have product or anything wet, it can actually seep down into where the base of the brush is and loosen it over time. And then the glue comes loose and then all the bristles start to fall out. Hold the brush towards the end away from the bristles. This ensures light pressure. So, for example, if this was the brush and at the end, and you don't want heavy makeup, you always want to hold it at the end and use whatever technique you do to put on your makeup. Anything closer applies harder and more dense color to be placed onto the face. Now, don't dab the skin. Use patting, sweep, and circular motion. So when people tend to put foundation, they want to dab the skin. You want to do really tight, circular, light touch to go ahead and put your foundation, or sweeping motions when it comes to the blush. You want to start off anything light on the face you want to place on. You want to start off lighter, and then you can get closer with your brush if you want to put denser, more coverage on. Now, cleaning the brush with a brush cleaner between each use will help keep not only the brushes and bristles hydrated and maintained, but also keep bacteria away. And then drying the brushes at an angle downward. So if you ever to put I believe a towel, you can go ahead and put the brush down in an angle so that way any kind of water will seep outwards instead of back into the base of the brush, and you won't lose your brush and the bristles over time. Now, sun care, we talked about that, when it came to face makeup and what you can use, but most anti-cancer medications and radiation therapy increase sensitivity to the skin and to the sun. It is very important to incorporate sunscreen SPF 30 or higher on a daily routine. It's to help really protect and care for the skin and try the following. So basically the SPF we talked about being higher, loose fitting clothes when you're out in the sun, even on cloudy days. Believe it or not, I always tell people if the sun can see you, if you can see the sun can see you. So even on cloudy days, you can definitely you have to wear sunscreen, and then of course avoiding boots as well. So with hair and nails, we talk about different things with their BCs that are fully trained on hair and nails as well. So we know that some side effects of nails often have been seen while on anti-cancer treatment are hyperpigmentation, discoloration, brittleness, splitting fingernails. Nails should go back to normal after treatment, from what we understand. And then the general tips that we tell our beauty consultants and people that we train them on is basically to avoid manicures and pedicures, particularly while undergoing chemotherapy. Equipment used in beauty and salon may lead to infection. Keeping the nails trimmed. For instance, nails are more brittle and break more easily. They usually have grooves, they change color, are more sensitive, and grow at faster or slower rate. Nail beds may also lift up. Keep nails short if any of these changes happen. So that's why it's good to keep the nails trimmed. We use cuticle cream to help prevent dryness. It actually helps a lot. Splitting and hangnails, avoid cutting cuticles. Gloves should be worn to minimize damage and prevent infection, particularly when washing dishes, cleaning the house, or gardening. We tend to forget to do a lot of that. I do. Use hand and foot creams or moisturizers regularly. Avoid fake nails, nail wraps, or gel polishes, as they can increase infection by trapping bacteria. These are a couple of things regarding nails that we do want people to know. So color changes. So if the nails have not split, disguise color changes with nail polish, but do not use false nails. So use water-based polish instead of a conventional nail polish to avoid possible toxicity. Use polish remover that does not contain acetone, ethanol acetate, or other harsh solvents, as it can be extremely drying or irritating. Nail pain or infection should be referred to the pharmacist or any kind of consultation. And for hair, so a lot of things regarding the hair, you would want to avoid using heating style tools such as hair curlers, flat irons, or curling irons. Brush or comb hair gently with a soft bristle brush or wide tooth comb. Consider a gentle hairspray. Do not use hair dye, bleach, or perm hair treatment. Try to avoid a wig before fallouts too much to match the current color, texture, and style of your hair. Do not expose the scalp to the sun. Apply SPF 30 every day when the scalp is covered. When it's not covered, I'm sorry, or when the scalp is covered, I'm sorry. Use shampoo and conditioners that have sunscreen to prevent sun damage to scalp. Scarves, turbans, hats, wigs are stylish options to cover the head. They keep the head warm, and during the winter, protect it sun damage in the summer and help catch falling hair. So hygiene tips. So a couple hygiene tips to take home is wash hands thoroughly before applying cosmetics. Never share cosmetic applicators. Use clean fingers or clean disposable applicators such as cotton balls, sponges, cotton swabs, or apply lotions or creams. Use clean brushes or sponge tip applicators to apply powder cosmetics. Close makeup containers tightly after each use. Replace makeup or as recommended by Matcher, especially eye area makeup. So as soon as you see there's a little icon sometimes on the product itself that's saying once it's open. I don't know if you could see it on this one, but for example, this is the eyebrow pencil, and it says once I open it, it's only good for 12 months. So it'll be gone before then. But keep an eye out on some of the makeup products that you purchase. If you can see that little cosmetic, it looks like a jar and it has a number on that. And it'll tell you once you open it how long they actually last. First patch test new cosmetics. So anything that you want to try out and you want to make sure you don't have a reaction, do it on your hands or your wrist, not directly to your face. Test on the jawline maybe, so that way it's not visible. Don't pump the mascara, like I said, or even add water. I totally forgot about that one. Be sure to check with your pharmacists or doctors about potential adverse reactions to cosmetic or drug products. What questions do you guys have?
So Sonia, I think there's one question. They're asking for any advice on covering scars.
Depending on the pigmentation, I would say the concealer will probably be good to start. If it's completely healed, then depending on the pigmentation, the red, if it's red, definitely green, and then use whatever concealer you will like afterwards of the color to the skin. I didn't realize I have more information to give to you guys. So I'm going to go ahead and continue really quickly. I do apologize. Um, I do have some information for you guys. So we realize that Walgreens, if you're not comfortable leaving the home at the moment, we also have the Walgreens.com Feel More Like You website. But even here, we'll be able to provide you some advice when it comes to any specific side effects you're experiencing to get a really more expertise guidance. And it's walgreens.com/feel more like you. And then you can definitely go there and you can fill in some information and we can walk you through some suggestions. There's a couple of other things that we have done as Walgreens, which is we have some great videos. We talked about filling in eyebrows, nails and cuticles, rethinking skincare through demonstrating some step-by-step videos for you and skin discoloration. So I know someone mentioned the question around scarring. I think the skin coloration would be another great way to kind of find out what kind of products you can help with that process. And then we also have an amazing 10 podcasts that we have also that you can listen to. We had one on hair loss, which is the part one, emotional wellness, mouth and taste changes, which is one of my favorite podcasts because it talks about the sore mouth and acidic foods to avoid, or how do you change the acidic foods up a little bit so you can avoid that sore subject. Breast changes, surgeries, implants, and tattoos, which is really, these podcasts are really great to listen to. And I believe we have 10 of them up right now. So that's great. And then we also, uh, the podcast itself has one of our beauty area experts on it talking about lips and different balms and what the difference between all of them are, which is really, really great. Um, but that is what I have for you guys, and I really appreciate you. And I see questions coming in.
Okay, so some questions we have here. What are some products that'll provide SPF for hair? Is coconut oil a good option?
Coconut oil, I am not known to have SPF in it, to be honest. And I do believe we do have a Neutrogena one that's a hair. Believe it or not, some products in Walgreens for the hairspray and any kind of thermal, when you use hot products or anything like that, actually have UV SPF in it as well. So if you were to ask a beauty consultant, they would know which one to direct you to. But we do have a couple of them for the hair, and specifically, I believe we have a Walgreens brand specifically for the scalp and hair, and it just came to market last fall.
Just to add on to that, I think coconut oil does have SPF, but it's a very, very low amount. So you want to be using SPF 30 or above, preferably. So coconut oil does have SPF, but it's a really small amount in there. Next question, what type of eyebrow pencil do you suggest that's lasts the longest, gel or pencil?
So when it comes to it's the preference. I tend to be a sweater, to be quite honest, and I tend to be a little oily. So pencils tend to be a little bit easier for me. I know they have gels out there, but I tend to use pencil. I feel they're a little bit have the wax tends to stay better to the skin.
Okay, we have another question asking if it's possible to provide the PowerPoint, just so they can have the information. I think
Unfortunately, yeah, we cannot provide the PowerPoint. But anytime you walk into a beauty consultant, they'll be able to definitely walk you through anything, any question you may have. They can definitely answer it for you right there and then.
Please note that this webinar is also being recorded, so this will be up on our website video library
There you
in
go.
a couple of weeks, and you can watch it over again in slow motion.
That's awesome. Love that.
next question is, do you suggest having zinc in sunscreen?
That would be for you, Shaina.
So yeah, usually sunscreen does have zinc in there. So zinc is basically it sits on top of the skin and it helps absorb the UV and UVB rays. Usually most sunscreens do have zinc in it. So yeah, I would probably when you're looking at SPF, almost all the brands usually have zinc with it. All right, next question. What ingredients are important for a lip moisturizer, face moisturizer, eye moisturizer? How should they differ?
um, well, anything that's hydrating, because there's a lot of changes. I think Shayna would agree with me, right? Ingredients that are important in anything like of that sort. I always look at something that retains moisture. So me personally, I know that hyaluronic acid is really good at retaining water and moisture of that kind. And I know Shayna, you're saying yes, I could see
Yes.
you. Is one ingredient I think that it stands out to me because it's really, I always think of, this is the only analogy I can think of. I think of the of when you're first born, right? You got your little baby, and your skin's all nice and plump, and you're a little chunky baby. That's because the hyaluronic acid in their body is production is abundance. When we get older, we don't have it as much, so we a lot that ingredient tends to hold 1,000 times its own weight in water, so it tends to hold on to moisture better. So anything that would have that in their lipstick or even cream eyeshadow, if it does, or any eye treatment, it's a plus for me because it's about hydration and holding on to moisture. Jana, you want to add to that?
No, I agree with that. Yeah, anything with hyaluronic acid or shea butter, anything that moisturizes, but mainly the hyaluronic acid because it holds on to water. That's probably what I would look. What's the correct way to apply eyeliner on your bottom lid? Do you apply it under the lash or on the lash line?
So when it comes to underneath the eyes, if you just want your eyes to look a lot bigger, then it'd be definitely a slightly right under the lash line to just make your eyes appear bigger. If you want your eyes to look smaller, do it directly on the lash line. I know there's specific eyeliners that are for the waterline. That will make your eyes look even smaller. But if you want them to look a little bit brighter and bigger, it's right underneath that lash line.
So thank you so much, Shayna and Sonia, for being here with us today. It has been such a pleasure to work with you and to work with our local Walgreens. And we look forward to hopefully one day doing something in person.
Oh,
Yeah,
definitely.
and if
Thank you.
anyone has any questions at all, or you'd like to reach out, I'll put my contact information, my email, and the phone number for our pharmacy, and feel free to reach out if you have any questions or concerns.
Definitely. And then the same goes for me. Have any questions regarding beauty, you can reach out to me and I'll make sure that I'll provide that to you guys as well.
Wonderful. If you just want to drop it in the chat, feel free also. You can always email Cancer Support LA, info@cancersupportla.org if you have any questions or if you'd like to be connected with anyone. But thank you again for being here with us today.
Well, thank you guys for having us. Thank you, everybody.
Take care.